come out and how we prepared for being mothers. Um, well, I'm so excited to be on with you guys tonight. I feel like this is the first team call I've actually spoken on in a hot second. So I'm actually really excited to talk to my team tonight. So it's going to be good. And it's so good to see everybody. Do me a favor. And if you see that one of your coaches isn't on or your purpose partner or somebody, shoot them a text. Just tell them to hop on. They don't have to like be here. Like if they're, cleaning up the kitchen or whatever, that's totally fine, or driving somewhere, like just to even listen. Hopefully, I think it will be really inspiring and really encouraging. So if you see that someone's not on, shoot them a text and get them on this call because I really do think it's going to be encouraging. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys, and we are going to dive in. I feel like we should have some background music or something. Like, it feels like I need some hype music right now. I went from putting my kids to bed and like being like, just go to bed, to, oh, what just happened? That was weird. Can you guys see my screen? Okay. I'm really hoping this does not log me out. 2 seconds, sorry guys. And then we will get started. Okay. All right, let's see here. Why is it not starting from the beginning? My Zoom told me it was logging me out whenever I came to share this with you guys. So that's why I had to text Brian, because he was on my Zoom earlier. So I was like, I cannot be getting logged off in the middle of the team call. So, all right, guys, I'm so excited about tonight. I'm excited to be on with you guys. It is May. It is a new month. It is a program launch month. It is going to be so good. I'm so pumped about this month and just everything that we have planned. April was insane, and it was just really cool to see how God was so faithful throughout the month. And just provided. And I know that each of you saw that in your own life, in your own businesses. And so we're going to take a second first to celebrate April and all that happened. So this was our April leaderboard. Y'all, I am so stinking proud of you, like blown away at the number of girls who continue to just get their names on the board, whether it was Success Club 25 or Success Club 2 or 1. Like those all are lives that are started, like changed, like they've taken the first step. And that's why we call it the Changing Lives Club and not just Success Club, because we don't want it to just be about us. We don't want it to be just about the numbers. We want it to truly be about the people. And so one thing that I personally do is I write down the names of the girls that I signed up this past month on my dry erase board or on my fridge. So that way I really don't forget like who were those girls, like keep them top of mind, because you want to be checking in with them. You want to make sure they're truly getting results. We don't want to just stop here with like, okay, cool, we signed them up, now on to the next month. Our job now is to help them get results. And that's what makes coaching so much different than every other network marketing company that's out there, is that for a lot of people, their job ends when you make the sale. Like think about a makeup company. You buy something and there's not a whole lot else they have to do. Yes, they want to make sure you use your regimen right or whatever. But like for us, our job starts when they get that challenge pack in the mail. That's when we plug them into our groups. That's when we put them on a message thread. That's when we set up some emails to go to their inbox to check in on them, or we shoot them a text, or whatever your business looks like, depending on how many people you have on board. You want to make sure that you're truly helping them unbox the package and literally get the results. That is why coaching came to be. If you don't know the background story, Carl Deichler was being trained by Tony Horton, who's the creator of P90X. And he said, your workouts are so amazing. We should film these and we should sell these to people to do in their living room. And so they did that. They created P90, and it was amazing and people were ordering it, and P90X came out and people were ordering it, and they're like, okay, we need to get some before and after photos. So they start calling people on the phone, and what they found out is that most people hadn't even taken the program out of the box. They ordered it in the middle of the night while watching an infomercial and eating pizza on their couch, or whatever. So that's why they created coaches, is that we're literally the people who help people get the program out of the box, or for us, get on Beachbody On Demand, press play and do the workout, print the calendar out, and get really excited about their program. And so I want to encourage you guys, like, don't let this just be numbers. Remind yourself daily that these are people, and our job is to serve them and help them truly get results. You want to know how to grow your business? That right there. And we're going to talk about that tonight. But your best marketing tool is yourself and your results, but also the people that you help in getting them results. And so that's why they signed up with you. And that's why they are here, is because they want to commit and go all in. And so your job is to help them do that. So I'm so proud of you guys. You guys crushed it this month. I know if you're a leader on here and there was a new coach who hit Success Club for the first time, would you just drop it here in the chat box? Let's celebrate that for a second, because that is huge. That is huge. I know for certain, I'm trying to see here, I believe it was Megan's first month hitting Success Club. If I'm right about that, hopefully I am. I believe there was someone else who was on here that I was looking at earlier. Sorry guys, I'm trying to go straight off memory here. There was someone else who hit Success Club for the first time. I'm not seeing it, and I can't see the chat box because I'm sharing my screen with you guys. So, but you guys see it if there is any in the chat box. Congratulations, guys. I'm so proud of you. I know how hard you have worked just to make this happen this month. And so let's do it again. Let's double this board this month. Let's get you guys here at Success Club 4 last month up there, because I know you can do it. And especially with these CEO codes. Okay. Top volume leader for the month goes to Shay Mills. So a lot of people ask me, what does top volume earner mean? The reason this is important is that the challenge pack is like the total solution, right? We know that it is the best bang for the buck, but it's also really amazing when people help people get plugged in with Beachbody On Demand for a year, or the quarterly, or Energize, or Recover, or whatever else people purchase. Like, we're meeting people where they are. And so team volume, or personal volume, gives us a chance to celebrate that. Team volume, TV, stands for the volume of your coaches. PV is personal volume. That's personally what she sold in the month of April. So this isn't counting any of her coaches, none of her coaches' orders, none of her personal orders. These are literally just like sales that she personally made herself. So this is where retention comes into play. This is where she's got lots of girls staying on Shakeology, staying on Recover and Energize. Basically, what Shay is doing a good job of is helping people see the value of our products and helping people get plugged in with whatever they need. Like I said, quarterly bod or year bod or whatever, if challenge pack doesn't make sense for them, she's meeting people where they are. And I just want to personally give Shay a huge shout out in general, because she is crushing this business, y'all. And she has a full-time job as a physical therapist. She's super involved in her church. Her husband helps lead worship. He's part of the worship team. I mean, they're very involved in what they do. But she also is one of the most faithful people I know in this business. And she is so consistent. And so, we're going to talk about that again later too. And then our top recruiter this month was Patrice Bueller. She brought on 9 new coaches, which is just amazing watching God continue to grow her team. And so stinking proud of her. Okay, let's talk about what's happening in May, because there's so much. And no, I did not have Energize before this call. I just had Bevy Energize this afternoon, and it's like my new afternoon. It's amazing. So if you haven't ordered it, tried it, it's really good. But that is why I'm so amped up right now. And I'm just so excited about everything that's happening. Okay, so first things first, let's Get Up. So obviously, Let's Get Up released today to customers. Every single one of you should have received a CEO code for $40 off of a challenge pack for one person. Brand new coaches. This is like when I say this is the biggest discount I've ever seen us do in Beachbody history since I've been a coach, I truly mean that. I've never seen challenge packs go below 140 bucks, which is what they currently are. And then the fact that they're giving each of us a CEO code where you can help one person get $40 off. They can literally buy a challenge pack. That's a year of Beachbody on Demand, a month supply of either Energize and Recover or Shakeology, plus both nutrition programs, plus you as their coach for literally $100. Like that is a no brainer to me. So we need to make sure we use all these codes because I'm just going to be honest. When they give us these things, what makes them do it again is success. And so if we're not actually using them and we're not actually taking advantage of them, then we're probably not going to get them again. And so obviously it went really well with the coach launch, which is amazing. And that's why they decided to do it for the customer launch too. So use your code. If you don't think you're going to use your code, would you please just do me a favor and post it in the team page? I'm going to do a post that just says no code left behind. And for all discount coaches, all of you listening here should be using your code because you're not a discount coach. You're clearly working the business if you're on this call tonight. But it doesn't have to be, if you're new and you're like, well, I'm kind of scared to invite somebody. It doesn't need to be ooey gooey. Like you don't have to know what you're doing. You don't have to like have your own challenge group. Just say, invite your mom or your best friend or whoever and say, hey, I'm about to start this workout program. They gave me a $40 off promo code. It expires Wednesday. Do you want to join me? My coach said that I can plug you into my challenge group and, or her challenge group, sorry. I can plug you into her challenge group, into her group me, and she'll kind of be your coach, but you're signing up underneath of me. Literally, think about Stitch Fix, or I mean, literally, pretty much every company now gives you a promo code where it's like, share this and you'll get $10 off or $10 towards your next order and they'll get $10 off. It's almost like the same thing. Like you're just sharing it with other people. They get an amazing discount. And then you're going to get $50 commission, which is kind of nice to have a little extra money that gives you basically half of what you pay towards your challenge pack. And then you're getting your first person to start helping. So to me, this is honestly a no-brainer. Like all of you should make a list of a few people and just shoot them a text and tell them what you're doing. You don't have to tell them you signed up as a coach. Just be like, I'm doing this group. Do you want to do it with me? Test the waters. You don't have to go all in or anything like that. But this is huge. They expire Wednesday at midnight. So let's try to make sure we use all the codes. If you have discount coaches, reach out to them, send them a text, be like, hey girl, I really want to bless somebody with these $40 off promo codes. If you're not going to use yours, would you mind passing it on to me? And I've sent that to all of my discount coaches, and all of them have, for the most part, sent it to me because they're like, yes, of course, I want someone to get $40 off. So just ask. If for some reason you did not receive your CEO promo code, because I didn't receive my CEO promo code, just chat with Team Beachbody. A lot of times the reason you might have gotten it is because for some reason you've turned off your coach emails or something on the back office. You may not even realize it, but you unsubscribed to something along the way without even realizing it. And so for some reason you're not getting the emails. So just chat with them, say, hey, I didn't get my CEO promo code, and literally they'll send it to you in seconds. Okay, next thing is today we kicked off our 5-day Holy Hustle Boot Camp. This is for brand new coaches. It's a 5-day new coach boot camp. If you're a new coach and you didn't get plugged into it, get plugged into it. It's literally going to be so simple. And we're going to be walking through the new coach checklist. My goal this month is to continue to make this business extremely simple and extremely duplicatable for you guys. Now more than ever, I'm just scrubbing away at the stuff that we really don't need, the fluff and the shiny stuff that you really don't have to have. And I really want to help you guys start this business, get this going, and start helping people, because I know that the quicker you help people, the more bought in you're going to be into the business and the more you're going to love it, truthfully. Because if you're not helping people, then you're going to get burned out. And so plug into that group. It's going to be awesome. And yeah, just let your upline know, or you can comment in the team page or request to join, and we'll make sure you get added. Also, just make sure that you put all of these dates on your calendar. I'm not going to dive into every single thing that's happening, but we are doing a Fit for His Glory 20 Reels in 30 Days challenge this month. I've created a little checklist that I will be posting for you guys. It's not this one here to the right. It's just like boxes so you can mark them off. We're going to do our raffle at the end month among everyone who did the 20 reels, but I promise you this is going to grow your business. I did a reel tonight. It literally took me like 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. If you want good ideas for reels, and I'll talk about this more later, but if you want good ideas for reels, like a couple different things you can do is go look at other people's, get ideas there, but also, and like reinvent them in your own way. But another really great thing to do is what I do the most of is go back to my old post. So my old Instagram posts, and I just turn them into reels. So the post I did tonight was actually an Instagram post that I did like a year ago, but I just turned it into a reel. And it was something I'd been thinking about a lot. And so then I just turned it into a reel. So it doesn't have to be like, don't overcomplicate it. There's a lot of different ways you could do this. And I'll explain that more in just a little bit. But 20 reels in 30 days, I know it sounds scary, but just let's go for it together. To the right is the new coach checklist. We've updated this and made it super simple. I just wanted to throw it on here. This is what we'll be walking through in the new coach boot camp, is essentially breaking this down for you guys. But if you need a copy of this for your team, or you want to start using it, or you want to edit it a little bit and make it your own, reach out to me and I'll shoot you the Canva document for that as well. We will be adding a new Canva folder on the team page, or on the team drive. It's going to be called just Canva templates. And so what we're going to do is it'll be like a Word document, and it'll say new coach checklist, and there'll be a link for you to make a copy. So what we're trying to do is get to a point where every time you're making something new, if it's not already on the Canva templates, you can just add it in. That way, when Lauren's like, hey, I want to make a team calendar for my team, you could just go there and pull up my team calendar from that I've already posted, and then make your edits, and you're not reinventing the wheel. Again, sharing is caring, so we're trying to do more sharing, and this is just an easy way to do that. Okay, let's dive into the call. Any questions about May? I can't see the chat box. This is so annoying. I don't understand why. Any questions about May? I'm going to stop sharing for 2 seconds just so I can check the chat. Yes, Emily, Google search CEO, and that's a really great way to find it. Ordered yours today. Yes, I love it. Okay, perfect. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and dive into tonight's call. So tonight, I just really wanted to get, honestly, super practical. Okay, now the chat's showing up, and now I can't get it to go away, and it's covering up my screen. Oh, okay. All right, we're going to put this down here. All right, so tonight I really wanted to make this call like super duper practical for you guys, and just share what's been working for me. I really loved a few months back when we had Julie Kemp, or a month or two ago, I don't even know when that was, when we had Julie Kemp on our call, and she shared some of the things that were working for her. And so I started thinking about that the other day, and I was like, I think sometimes we get caught up in all this fluffy stuff, but at the end of the day, what I want to share with you guys is just what's been working for me and my top 5 tips as we head into May. Because this is a huge month for our businesses, with the launch of a brand new program, the start of summer, the start of kids starting to get out of school, and vacations, and life starts to get a little bit busy, okay? And what I see happen a lot is kids start to come home and people have to take their foot off the gas a little bit, or they're traveling more, and so it's harder to plug in, and they're trying to figure out the balance, and it starts to get a little bit hard this month. But also, there's a lot of people who have more time in the summer. They're home more. Maybe you're a teacher and you're out of school, and all of a sudden you go from being super structured to having a ton of time. And so today, I really just wanted to take time and share my top 5 tips as we head into May. Okay. Man, it messed up the format. Well, number 1 is have fun. Okay, I have been talking about this a lot, but it's been really cool. And I shared this with a few of my friends the other day. But it's cool because at the end of last year, the Lord really told me, like, I was just praying, like, what? So let me fast forward. This time last year, February of 2020, yes, 2020, I left my full-time job. I'd been working this business at that point for 6-7 years. And my goal this whole time had been, I want to be home with my kids. Literally, that was what fueled me. I want to have more flexibility. I want to be my own boss. I'm tired of like getting a text in the middle of the day and it's saying, hey, we need you to be in Nashville at 2:00 today for this meeting, and having to scramble and figure out what I'm going to do with my kids or whatever. it was just super stressful all the time. And I was constantly on edge, and honestly kind of had some anxiety just around all of that, because I was always trying to figure out where they were going, what they were doing, who was going to have watched them. People were backing out on me all the time. It was just a lot. And so my why was, I really just want to be at the point where I can be my own boss, where I can decide when I work, I can decide when I turn it off, I can decide when I'm with my kids. Like I want to be the one taking them in the splash pad. Like that was what fueled me day in and day out to show up in this business. And so last year came and I was able to do the big thing that I had dreamed of doing and leave my full-time job, right? I'd been there 10 years. I was finally able to walk away from corporate America and retire myself, in a sense, to do this business full-time. And that felt amazing. But as I came home, COVID happened literally a month later, or a few weeks later, and life just felt kind of weird and off. And all of a sudden, I kind of found myself asking, okay, well, what's my why now? And obviously, our why is going to change over time, right? And it's really important that you know your why, you know why you're here, you know why you want to show up in this business. But for me, I kind of had lost the fun, because I was so focused on, I want to grow this and I want to be home with my kids, and it became so deep, which was good. I mean, that was my heart, but I kind of lost the fun because I was so focused on that goal. And so at the end of last year, I was just really praying, like, God, what do you want 2021 to be about for me? And I just kept hearing, like, have fun. And I felt so silly saying that out loud, like, hey, what's your word for the year? And I was like, fun. But I really did believe that the Lord was calling me just to have more fun with Brian, more fun with my kids, more fun with my friends, more like, just say, like, more better yeses and better nos, and just have fun. And in this business, particularly, have fun. And God was so sweet because He brought some amazing friends in this business, some new coaches that honestly have brought so much joy into this business for me, learning from them, their energy, the things that they do in their business. All of a sudden, I was super excited again because I saw their excitement and it was rubbing off on me, right? And and then it was funny because just recently I joined a mastermind group of ladies, and there's 4 or 5 of us, and we got on the call, and one of the girls on the call is a top 10 coach. So she is in the top 10 of the whole entire company right now. And of course, because she's in the top 10, everyone on the call is like, so what are you doing? What's working for you? And they're asking her all these questions. And what she said was, honestly, I don't really know. I'm nothing special. I've just focused on having fun. And she's like, in my challenge groups with my coaches in our community, I literally just make it my goal every single day to have a whole lot of fun. And because of that, my business has grown. And that was just so cool. It was like a God wink moment, because it was like, I've got these new coaches on who've brought this new energy and this new joy. And God was just literally, He's just giving me all these little God winks in this business. And this year, I have had more fun in my business than I have in a really, really long time, because all of a sudden I stopped always trying to be strategic and, do this. I mean, I was obviously like being obedient to the Lord and what He was calling me to do, but I also was like, okay, I really do want to grow this. Like I was stressing myself out at times because I really wanted to grow it and I really do want to be home with my kids. But what I want to encourage you guys to do is really have fun. It's okay to have goals. You need to have goals. You need to have a strategy and you need to have goals in this business, but also you need to have fun. Like you do. You need to have joy. If you want people to join you, if you want for your challengers to get results, then you have to be having fun, because you're not going to want to check in with them. You're not going to want to create new stuff for them. You're not going to be excited about the new, focus for May if you're not having fun with it. You need to create things that you're excited about. If you're not excited about a new program that's coming out, you don't have to be all about it. Like you don't have to run a group around it. You could tell your challengers, hey, this is coming out and this is happening. I'll plug you into the fit community where we're doing XYZ if you want to do that program. But like you don't have to do a test group around it if it doesn't get you excited. Honestly, with Let's Get Up, when I first heard about it, I told a few people, I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that program. I think like I'll just like run a group for it maybe, or like, tell my coaches about it and my challengers about it and promote it. But like, I'm not personally going to do the program. Then I did it and I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. This is so fun. And then I did it a few more times and I've fallen more in love with it every single time. And I really do think it's so fun. I'm super pumped to do the program next month or this month. But it would have been totally okay if I didn't, if I decided just to plug my people into it, because I need to do something that I'm excited about. Because if I'm not excited about what I'm doing, then my challengers are going to feel it. My coaches are going to feel it. Like, you have to get back to a place where you are having fun. And so, what I want you to do right now is I just want you to think to yourself, am I having fun? Am I having fun? And if you've got some thoughts in your head, just write down, what are some changes that you could make in your business currently to help you have more fun? Some things to you are going to be life giving, and some things are going to be life sucking. Okay. And this is going to be different for every single person. I don't like creating PowerPoints and graphics. They are life sucking for me. Like, I get frustrated, they become time wasters. So guess what I decided to do? I outsource them. I have another girl who creates them for me. I give her the information. Literally, this PowerPoint tonight was black and white, and I said, "Can you make this pretty?" And she made it pretty. I'm not saying you need to start outsourcing if you're a brand new coach. There's going to be things that you're going to have to do in the beginning that you have to just push through, and you have to figure them out, and like, you just have to be scrappy. But if there's something that's life sucking that you don't really have to do in your business, like if it's life sucking for you to write, a devotional, because it's really, really hard for you to, because it doesn't come naturally to write, don't feel like you need to write your own devotionals. Like, can I free you up there? Use a daily grace code study. Do something else and say, "Hey, I'm sharing an excerpt from this daily grace code study today." Or if it's life sucking for you to do funny reels because you're just not like that, like that's not your personality, then don't do funny reels. Do reels that are serious and are more you. Like, do things that for you are fun. Okay. I just want you guys to be freed up in that. You don't need to be like the girl beside you. You don't need to be like Caroline Foster. You don't need to be like Shay. You need to be like you and what God has called you to do. And for some people, even, that's going to be faith forward. And for some people, it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to look more like talking about motherhood and being a toddler mom a lot. And maybe on the back end, your business looks exactly the same as mine. You're praying for your customers. You're being very intentional with them, their conversations that you're having. Like, not everyone's business is going to look the same. And that's not a bad thing. You're going to reach people that I'm not able to reach because of what I put out there, right? And so I just want to encourage you guys, like, get back to having fun. Get back to having fun. The second thing is, be intentional with your time and relationships. Do your tracker 5 days a week, because consistency wins. Always, 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 always be building genuine relationships with zero agenda. Zero. People ask me all the time, "Caroline, what do your invites look like? Caroline, what do your conversations look like?" Honestly, y'all, like, my tracker, for the most part, I mean, I haven't finished it for the day, clearly, but these were just thank you messages to people who had messaged me. And the rest of these are probably going to be to people who have marked their interest in Let's Get Up. So I probably will message those people for tonight. But sometimes all of my bubbles are just people who replied to a poll of, "Hey, do you like a regular mug or a travel mug better when you're driving?" And all the people who mark regular mug, I send them a message. I'm like, "Hey, girl, I'm so glad I'm not alone in the fact that I like drinking out of a regular mug even when we're traveling. Like, I'm not a Yeti cup girl. I'm not a travel mug girl. Like, I like a real mug." And it sounds so silly, but for me, that's a touch. That's a relationship builder. I am not reaching out to these girls because I am trying to sell them Beachbody. Like, I'm literally just like, I'm going to reach out to them because I'm trying to build relationships. And it always makes me laugh, or makes me sad, but also kind of makes me laugh when people like think, "Oh, Caroline's thinking about the fact that I don't work out," or Caroline's thinking about the fact that, I didn't show up to the Zoom that day. Guys, I'm not thinking about that. I'm truly not. I'm just thinking about, hey, I want to be friends with people. I want to know people. I want to break down walls. I'm not a small talk person. I'm a get to know you deep person. And if you've met me at retreat or anything, I probably asked you some really personal questions because that's what I like to do. I don't like small talk. But that's what I'm doing. I'm just focused on building genuine relationships with zero agenda. I'm not thinking about how am I going to spin this in that direction so I can sell a challenge pack. No, that's not what I'm thinking at all. I'm honestly just like, I'm making friends. And a lot of times, I would almost say 75% of the time, those conversations, maybe 90% of the time, those conversations don't really turn into an invite in the moment. But later on, it's like a seed planted. And later on, they reply to my story, or later on, I reply to their story, and we start to have conversations. And maybe over time, I build trust. I always tell people that the relationships you're building this month will not be Success Club this month. The relationships you're building this month will be Success Club in 3 months, because that's how long it takes to get to the point where someone might want to join you. And if you're having fun and you're being super intentional with people and you're providing valuable content on your Instagram account and you're showing up and you're showing your face, which we're going to talk about in a second, people are going to build a relationship with you. They're going to be interested in what you're doing because you're genuine and you're real and you're not fake. And so I cannot tell you how important this is. The other thing here is being intentional with your time and your relationships. This is so important, guys, as we head into summer months. Can I just encourage you guys? I do not want you working this business all the time. I had a call with Ashley, or not Ashley Smith, but Ashley the other day, and we were talking, and I was like, Ashley, like, you cannot be on your phone all the time. You've got to set boundaries, and you have to be hard about what those boundaries looks like with your challengers and with your coaches. Like, it's okay to have boundaries. I started this business because I wanted more time with my family, not less time. And my prayer is that you work this business with a holy hustle. You show up like it depends on you, and you work like it depends on you during the time that God has given you to work this business, but you step away and you trust him. If you have not bought or read the devotional book Famous in Heaven at Home, you need to, but our job is to be famous and in heaven at home first. And this takes extreme discipline, and I know it does. But guess what? You have the greatest source of discipline, the Lord, the Holy Spirit inside of you if you are in Christ Jesus. And so ask him, Lord, would you just help me to have discipline in this area? I want to show up in my business. I want to do well. This means not laying on the couch and scrolling Instagram. This means putting your phone down, jumping into your business, jumping into your tracker, and having hard boundaries about what you're going to get done. Some days you're not going to get everything done. You're going to have survival days where you're doing good to get your thank you messages done and your workout done and your story posted and your Instagram post posted. You're doing good to get those things done. And then you're going to have days when you're like, man, can sit here and do all of the bubbles today because you've got a little bit more time and you can pour in a little bit more. And so the important thing here, guys, is that you're doing your tracker 5 days a week. Notice I didn't say you're doing your tracker perfectly or completely, but you're doing it. You're showing up. You're doing it 5 days a week. For some of you guys, this might be Tuesday through Saturday. For some of you guys, this might be Monday through Friday. But just be consistent, because honestly, consistency wins in this business. And honestly, like, people are watching you. If you want to build genuine relationships and you want for people to join you in your business, they're watching to see how consistent you are. Is she actually going to show up tomorrow on her Instagram stories and do what she said she was going to do? Because if she isn't, then how do I know that if I don't join her as a challenger, she's not gone in a month? Because that's what we're used to, right? We're used to seeing this girl who joined a network marketing company and 3 months later she's gone because it didn't work, or she jumps to the next one. That's what we're used to seeing on Facebook. So people need time to build a relationship with you and get to genuinely like build a relationship and know that you're going to be there for them if they actually make this purchase and they actually go all in. So this is really, really important, guys. And like I said on this last one, always be building genuine relationships with zero agenda. This is so important. We have to enter conversations without an agenda. You can't look at people as prospects. You got to look at people as people, and you got to serve them and you got to love them, even if you get nothing out of it, which takes me to my next point. Well, let's first do this, this quote. Whatever your eyes are fixed on, your feet walks towards. So important, guys. Whatever you're fixed on is what your feet walks towards. So if your goal is to serve, love, and grow your business, like serve and love people, and your business grows as an outcome, and you're really truly fixed on that, your feet are going to walk towards it. So just really think about, what are my eyes fixed on? Am I truly trying to help people, or am I trying to just look at them as a number? The third thing here is love, serve, and trust God with growth. And so I kind of alluded to this one just a second ago, but this has been really hitting home for me. If you guys don't know, I can't think of his name, Bob Bob something. He's the virtual upline. He has a really awesome podcast. It's called the virtual upline. But he has this whole thing called Love, Serve, Grow. And it's basically if you love and serve people really, really well, your business will grow, period. Like it will, whether it's in a month, whether it's in 2 years, like it may take some people longer. Hello, I've been here for 7 years. It's taken me a really long time. But if you are truly focused on loving and serving people, you and trusting God with the growth, like that is what you guys need to be doing. And so this month, as you head into May, love people really well, serve them, meet them where they are. There's a reason that on the tracker we added serve one. If you haven't gotten the new tracker, you don't know what I'm talking about, but there is a spot that says serve one person. Every day, make it your goal to serve one person who is in your challenge group, one person who is just a follower on Instagram, one person who's your coach, whatever. Like serve at least just one person, meet them where they are, and your business will grow. I love this quote. I've been reading the Well-Watered Women book this month. I just finished it over the weekend. If you haven't read it, oh, it's so good. And especially this time of year, there's something so sweet about it just because it's spring and everything is growing and blossoming. And, it's just beautiful right now. The flowers smell amazing. And it's just really, really cool. So it was been cool reading this book this month. But I love this quote. She said, "The well-watered woman stores the word in her heart, knowing that God has provided everything she needs to grow, bloom, and flourish, even in the midst of the desert seasons." And so obviously this is talking more about our walks with the Lord, right? Like even in the desert seasons, even the times when life doesn't seem fun or exciting or it's hard, God's given us everything we need to continue to flourish. And I would say same goes in your business. Like God has given you everything you need to push through the hard times. He's going to provide if you are faithful. It may not look like your outcome that you wanted, but if you keep showing up and keep being consistent, He is going to take care of the growth. I love these two scriptures, Isaiah 30:23. He will also send you rain for the seed you sow in the ground, and the food that comes from the land will be rich and plentiful. And that day your cattle will graze in broad meadows. James 5:7. Be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains. Our job is to sow seeds. Authentic, genuine seeds with people. Sow seeds, sow relationships, be there for people, regardless if they end up purchasing something from you or joining a challenge group. Show up, sow seeds. God will take care of the growing of those seeds, the watering of those seeds. He decides when it's going to rain and when those seeds are ready to sprout. Your job is just to sow seeds. That is what you're doing when you're doing your tracker. When you're just connecting with people, you are sowing seeds. That is what you are doing. You are sowing seeds. And so whether that turns into a conversation about Jesus and their walk with the Lord, or whether that turns into a conversation of them joining your community, whatever that looks like. Obviously, our number one goal is we want to have gospel-centered conversations. We want to point people to the Lord, but that's our number one goal, right? As believers, but we have to be patient. We have to trust the Lord that He is going to take care of the watering. And again, that's the whole holy hustle mentality of I show up, I work, I do what I'm supposed to do, but I trust God with the outcome. Number 4, this is kind of moving to a little bit more tangible things, but show your face. Guys, I cannot tell you how important it is that you are showing your face on Instagram stories. I want you to own your worth, to step up, to rise up, to be confident, because the Lord has given you everything that you need to do amazing at this job, to serve people in health and fitness. Do not be afraid of what someone's going to see on the other side of the screen. Guys, 99% of the time I show up and I haven't even brushed my teeth yet. I mean, praise the Lord that nobody can smell anything through the screen. Like, it doesn't matter. You don't need to be full makeup. You don't need to have your hair curled. Show up and be you. Like, would you FaceTime your best friend and have to have full makeup on? No, you probably wouldn't. Like, show up, be you. People want to see your face. They don't want to see this other person's face. They don't want to see a bunch of slides. They want to see you. And those things are important too. Like, you can have those things too, but show up, share what God's doing, share what He's teaching you, share what's happening in your community, share what's happening within coaches. And don't think that people are tired of hearing from you. Because if you don't know about a little thing called the algorithm on Instagram and Facebook, like, it keeps people from seeing a lot of your stuff, a lot of your stuff. And so keep showing up, be consistent. People want to see you, they want to hear from you, they want your style, they want your approach to eating, they want your approach to fitness, like they want you. And that's why they signed up with you. That's why they started following you. They want you. And so show your face. This is so important, guys. And it sounds so small, but it is so important. God doesn't need you, but you get to be used. And this is really important to remember. Like, we don't have to do this. Like, God doesn't, He doesn't necessarily need you in order to help some women break chains in their health and fitness. He could send somebody else, but we get the opportunity to be used. And honestly, it's probably going to be just as much of a blessing for you as it is going to be for the other person. And so I really do believe that God can use us in a million different ways and a million different callings. But for whatever reason, God has called you here. And so, right now, while you're here, sink your feet in, be planted, and do what God has called you to do. Be faithful in it. Do your job well, and trust that God's going to take care of it. You get to be used. That's the beauty. Like, He doesn't need you, but you get to. And I think when we change our attitude towards get to, we start to serve out of a grateful heart. Okay, number 5, the thing that I really know is working is do reels for Instagram growth. Every training I'm listening to is saying this over and over and over and over and over again, which is why we're doing a 20 reels in 30-day challenge this month. But if you want to connect with new people, do reels. They're seriously so simple. Do not overcomplicate it. It's really easy to overcomplicate, but after you do a few, you'll start to get a groove. I shared with you guys earlier, like one of my favorite ways to do reels is just to, go back to old Instagram posts and get ideas from it. So, like I told you guys today, I did an Instagram reel about the stuff that matters. And it was just like super simple about making it count this week. But this was actually, the content of it was actually a post from a year ago. And basically what I did, so let's say I was going to take one of like this post right here, and it's basically about 2 types of people. I would literally just go in and press edit, copy the caption, and then paste it into the notes section of my phone, and then pull the things I want to go into the reel. And then as I make the reel, just copy and paste that little chunk into the reel. Super, super simple, easy way to just recreate reels from content that people clearly liked, but it's a new way to reach new people. But you're just basically stewarding the same message. And so that's something that's really been working well for me. The other thing that I didn't mention on here, but as far as Instagram growth goes, is, just continuing to use those reels to then go and reach out to new people. So what I personally will do is when people like comment on a reel, I will basically go and message that person and say, hey, thank you so much for commenting on my reel. Like, it meant a lot. It's great to meet you. So also just great ways to connect with people. And then a lot of times they'll come over and follow you. So a lot of days I'll go back, and that will be my bubbles for the day, is like just connecting with people through reels, because reels live on, which is really cool. Like, once you do a reel, it stays, and people continue to comment on it and watch it, which is really cool, because it really can be super impactful. All right, guys. So those are my 5 things for the night. Nothing super fancy, but hopefully helpful. Let's see what time it is. It's 8:51. So I would love to move into questions. If anybody wants to drop it in the comments or unmute yourself, I'd love to answer. Megan, you still don't have the option to create reels? I didn't know that people didn't have the option. Does anybody else not have the option? Are you looking in the right place? Oh, Becca, you don't. Do you guys have a business page or a personal page?
It's business.
That's interesting.
And I've like deleted the app and re-downloaded it and done all the things I can think of. When I Googled it, it just said like they're rolling it out in phases, and so just not everybody has it. But it's so frustrating to me.
That's so weird. Yeah, because see, mine's like if you press the the plus sign up there, it says post, story, reels, and live. But you
Yeah.
don't have that.
I don't
Huh.
even have the little icon that shows, like the little icon that shows on people's profiles to view them. I don't have that icon to be able to view people's reels either.
Hmm. Do you have an iPhone?
Yeah,
Huh.
and I have the new one, so it's not even an old one.
That's weird. I'm sorry. I'm like talking about reels and you're like, man, I don't have that.
No, it's all right. It's good to know for when I do.
Yes. That's crazy. I'll have to try to see if I can look that up. Um, let's see. Okay, Emily asked, I'm a new coach. How do I get comfortable in front of the camera? Honestly, just eat that frog. I don't know if you guys have heard that book, Eat the Frog, but just do it. It's gonna be scary. You're gonna be nervous. It's like, but once you start to do it, you kind of just don't care. I think it's probably a little bit scarier when you know, like it's all your friends and family watching and you're kind of doing it for the first time. But um, I think yeah, I think just like kind of do a little mental thing of like, okay, it's really not a big deal. Like I'm literally inviting people to join me, like, or whatever you're planning to do. I don't know what you're planning to talk about necessarily, but and maybe use like your first time you do it, like be something you're really excited about talking about. You know what I mean? Like you feel really good and comfortable about. Just so that way it kind of takes like eases it off a little bit. You're not like it's not like a topic where you feel like I don't really know what I'm talking about, and so this feels awkward. And now it, you know what I'm saying? Like it feels more awkward. Where if it's something you really do enjoy talking about, you might be a little more apt to do it, and you wouldn't be as scared. It could literally be like, I just wanted to share something that I read from my Bible study this morning, or I wanted to share like a few of the tools that I've been using to study the Bible that like have been really helpful for me, or something like that. Just something that you feel passionate about sharing. Um, some girls, I don't know exactly what you love because we haven't gotten that far yet, but maybe you love to decorate, or maybe you redid something in your house, or maybe you like love fashion. I don't know. I think everybody kind of has something that they really get fired up and excited to talk about. So it could be something even along those lines. Um, but yeah, I would say eat that frog. That's why I do my touches and stuff first thing in the morning, because I just like to get it done. Like I like to wake up, do my Bible study, spend time with the Lord, and then just eat that frog. Like do it, get my invites done, because what's happened today is I don't have them all done yet, and I don't like that feeling. I like to have my talker done before my kids even get up. It just makes me feel better because then I don't have it hanging over my head in the day. And then that way too, it gives me time to like get back to people during nap time, and then at night if I hop in and look at my phone at all, which honestly usually I don't. But so hopefully that's helpful. Not a great answer, but let me see. I think there was a few other questions. When I first started coaching, I would sometimes record a 60-second video with my phone camera and watch it back before I post it on Instagram. Usually I didn't sound or look as ridiculous as I thought in my head. Yes, I love that, Katie. That's a great idea. Just to like record it and then you could post it later. And honestly, that's another little, I could feel like I could do a productivity training for you guys, because I am like super passionate about productivity. But one of the things that I do a lot is film stuff and post them later. So like today I did my workout like 6 this morning, but I didn't post it until like 11 o'clock because I was just busy. Like I did my workout. One of my challengers came over and worked out with me this morning. I did my workout. I had to do dishes, get everything done, take the kids to gymnastics. So like I just didn't have time to post it. So sometimes I will do that. I'll just videotape stuff and then post it later. So that's a little productivity hack that helps me a lot, and it helps me not be on my phone. Like when I'm playing with my kids outside, like if you guys see me post like my kids playing outside or anything like that, 99% of the time it's like 5 hours after it actually happened, or 3 hours actually happens, because like after Corbin goes down, I'll like post them or something like that, because I don't want to be like in the phone, like, because it takes a second to like then type it up and post it. I just want to film it, put my phone away or whatever. So it just takes a lot of time out of it. And I'm not just sitting on my phone all the time. Um, yes, yes, yes. Yes. I'm trying to see if there's any more questions. Should I change my Insta to a professional account? It's kind of up to you. It depends on if you're planning on using that account, like your current account, or if you're wanting to start a separate account. I do tell people that at first, I think it's good just to use your personal account and leave it like it is until you feel like you've used up your warm market. Like you've got, all your people who would maybe be in something in there. I have seen that done really well over the past year with girls on our team who I feel like have done that really well. They've kind of used their personal one because it can be overwhelming as a new coach to have to like roll out a new Instagram account and all of a sudden you're making content. Right now, you just, again, you need to focus on keeping it super simple and having fun. So I would just use your current account instead of adding something else to your plate. Sometimes I wish I would have just added, like, used my personal account and moved it, just turned it into like, you know, more of like for this. Um, I don't know. There's pros and cons to all of it, honestly. But as a new coach, I'd say hold off on like another account because it can be a lot to manage. Yeah, Stephanie said keeping my original account helps me also focus on wanting to still include things other than Beachbody, like my kids and husband and nursing, etc. And I totally agree with that. Like, because sometimes there's things that I want to post and I feel a little bit like pigeonholed with it for its glory. I love it, but also sometimes feel like, oh, just like it's so specific. Whereas if it's just you, then it's just you. And that's just a part of who you are. And so there's definitely a lot of pros and cons, in my opinion. And sometimes I feel like, family and friends, if they don't come over and follow that account because they don't even know about it, then you miss out on like people who honestly trust you the most. And that's what I ran into is like, I didn't really I didn't roll this business out to my warm market first. And so then I kind of missed out on a lot of people because they were already doing workouts from Beachbody. I just didn't know it and they didn't even know I was a coach. So, so yeah. Any other questions? Any questions about May? Any questions about Let's Get Up? Any questions about just anything? All right. I don't see anybody typing, so I'm assuming there's no more questions. Awesome. Yay! I'm so glad. Guys, I really am pumped about this month. Genuinely, I am. I'm so excited. This program's going to be so fun. I really, really want you guys to have fun this month. Like, that is my prayer for y'all is that you have fun. God gives you fresh joy. Let me just pray for you right now, and then we'll take a picture. Heavenly Father, God, you are so faithful. God, you knew that we needed this night. You knew that we need to be together as a family to just get excited about what you're doing, God, in May. Lord, we're pumped about this new program that you're using Shanti, of all people, Lord, to bring back some joy in our fitness, God. But Lord, I just pray that you would use this secular workout to just reignite something exciting in women's lives this month, God, whether it just be in us as coaches in our own fitness journey. We kind of get into ruts, Lord. And so just to bring back that joy, God, that we know comes from truly from you, God. But that the fun of showing up and moving our bodies and dancing and just, God, would you remind us while we're working out just how amazing our bodies are that you have created, God, that we have the ability to move our arms and move our hips and do these things, God, and move our bodies and show up, Lord, because there is so many people that would love to be able to move their bodies like we can, God. And so, Lord, I never want to take my health for granted. And God, would you just remind us, like you did me this weekend at Putt Putt Golf, Lord, that there is a ton of people out there who need help. Like we just need to stop and step back and look around. And God, there is a lot of people that are hurting. There is a lot of people that are broken. There is a lot of people who are emotionally eating. There is a lot of people who feel so burdened by the weight of their bodies that they can't even chase their children. God, they can't run with their kids. They can't do the things that their kids ask them to do because their bodies are literally holding them back. And so, God, I just pray that you would help us to just get fired up about that, God. Get fired up about helping somebody who hasn't started. God, we get so caught up in our own journeys, but God, there is so many people who need this. And so, God, I pray that you would just help us to be bold, that you would help us to have fresh joy, fresh excitement, fresh just Lord, joy and creativity about what you're doing here. And so, God, I just pray that in our businesses and in our fitness and in our health and in our families and in our time with our spouses, God, and whatever, our friendships, Lord, our Bible studies, all of it, God, that you would bring back joy for your word and for relationships and time with you, Jesus. Lord, we love you so much. I just pray over these women that this month would just be amazing, God, and you would show up in ways that they never thought you could, but they showed up and they did the work and they were consistent and they stepped back and let you do your thing, God, because we know that you have full control, God. And whether that's Success Club 0 or Success Club 50, God, we're going to trust you with every single ounce of it, God. Lord, we love you so much and we just praise you for your faithfulness. And it's in your name I pray. Amen. Well, I love you guys. Thank you so much for being on tonight. I'm going to take a quick picture because you guys look so stinking beautiful and I need a photo with all of you on here. Okay, let's do a little boomerang. So give me a little, we're talking about having fun. So give me a little something something for this boomerang tonight. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I love it. So fun. You guys are so stinking cute. Okay, I might have not gotten the second page here. I think I got everybody. I think everyone on the second page is just a few at the bottom who had their screen turned off. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. You're awesome. I will see you guys in the team page and on the morning Zooms. If you're not getting on the morning Zooms, get on them because they're a game changer as well. And I feel like I've seen less of you on lately. So get on tomorrow morning. Let's all go to bed, wake up, and get after it. I love y'all.